4LATER collide.
Welcome to our synthesized world. You're watching Bits!
Or that I would finally end this.
Tonight we'll be nitpicking from the back of the interactive Monkey Island. We'll be stepping into Fantasyland with the weird and wonderful sacrifice.
And we reminisce over some of those lethal, addictive games that ruined your life.
But first, here's your friend, Emily.
After some easy money, short hours, high pay, cash in hand. Not strictly kosher, the health and safety to have a fit, but perfect if you're saving up to go travelling. Experience, not essential, but it helps. And the only personal attributes you'll need are a strong stomach and a sharp brain. And last but not least, the emotions of a small piece of marble. Now, if you think that you fit the job, then apply to Hitman Codename 47 on your PC. Undoubtedly inspired by stylish films like Nikita and Leon, Hitman follows the career of Number 47, a genetically cloned hired assassin with a barcode on the back of his head. But employment agencies just aren't what they used to be, and as the game pans out, you discover that you're being used to exterminate members of the group who are more than likely the very people who created you. The plot thickens with more than a nod and a wink to Terminator. If you do happen to get a little overzealous, as may well be the case in later missions, you can always call in the cleaners. Nice, friendly faces like Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction, who'll happily dispose of your bloody mess. Hopefully you won't have to do this too often though, as you should have honed your skills in the training mode. The less mess you make, though, the more money you'll earn. Just think of that lovely Luca and all the special weapons and gizmos you'll be able to buy on the black market for your next mission. Not to mention the pleasure of silently garrotting your victim with piano wire, stealing his clothes and dumping his body in the nearest available hiding place. A necessary chore if you want to walk around undetected. We've been promised 26 missions spread over 5 large areas, ranging from urban landscapes to the deepest, darkest, Narm-like jungle via a boat in Rotterdam Harbour. The settings themselves are absolutely stunning down to the finest detail. No doubt wallpaper vendors and interior designers will be requesting a version of the engine to virtually display their wares.
He's backing.
Codename 47 may be a follically challenged killing machine, but he must be played with flair. Stalking your victim will require 90% preparation and 10% execution, as it were. So, you'll have to case the joint and quiz other characters for the information you need. Oh. But if you think you've got the stomach for the job, then get it onto your PC when it comes out in December. Time now to take a look at some modern technological advances.
Here we are outside the Millennium Dome, and inside that is a piece of kit called the Avatar Me Box.
Now this is what you need to get yourself into a video game.
It's a portal into a whole new world, which is going to allow me to put some shrapnel in their asses.
What you do is enter this Orgasmatron-esque photo booth and get your picky taken at 4 different angles before moving on to mapping your face. A few nips and tucks later, and your personal computerized you is almost done.
The beast then spits out a code which represents a digital version of you. Log on to the Avatar Me website, key in your code, and hey presto, you can download yourself into a game.
Ah, is that supposed to be moi?
With jowls like Michael Douglas, an overbite the size of Australia, and eyes like an inbred, it can be a little disturbing at first. But hey, it's early days yet, and it works.
At present, there are only a few games which allow you to do this.
These include blasting the heads of friend or foe in Quake 3 Arena, or digiporting yourself into the virtual living soap that is The Sims.
Are you going to get naked?
I am now.
Woohoo! I've never seen you. Ah! I can see your butt.
No, you can't. Come on then, come and have a good look, love.
Hello.
What are
That's
you doing?
it. Go on, make sure you're scrubbing all the right.
I'll sit down when you leave.
Now, more and more companies are looking for ways to blur those crazy boundaries between reality and virtual reality.
The company Digimask have huge plans and want their software of the same name to become as commonplace in games as DualShock.
Major new game Republic and the WWF titles are in the lead to be the first to support this software.
It looks pretty impressive too, with an inbuilt muscle structure and animated speech to accurately remodel a 360-degree version of your face based on 2 portrait photographs that you email to their website. This service will be available in January next year and is completely free.
I love this.
But it doesn't just stop there. Digimask are also in cahoots with various mobile phone companies developing a next-generation mobile, which will allow you to look at the animated image of whoever is on the other end of the line.
How it will work, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
The PlayStation 2, in a bid to become the world's first multimedia domestic appliance, is making very good use of its USB ports.
Soon you'll be able to plug your Sony digital cameras into your PlayStation 2s and upload a picture of yourself into any game with camera support.
Or indeed, you could get yourself a Sony printer, the Pop Egg, and edit and save your own photos.
Wow! Say cheese! Anyway, it's time now for Boof to make a roast.
If the routine of the everyday grind is getting you down and the thought of another mushy, light-hearted game makes you want to pop a little poison in the cookies, then channel those negative emotions into the brand new fantasy epic they're calling Sacrifice.
Genketsu, Animus, Erax, Genketsu, Birata, Ruch, Vermatrax, Grixa.
Okay, so where does soul reaping and sacrifice come into it? Well, it's not as bloody a fest as it makes out. Damn. Basically, you're a wizard. Not a lot of brawn, but a lot of brain. You need to conjure up as strong a unit as you can to enter into battle. You also have a strange energy source called mana, which has to be continually pepped up or you wither away. To put it simply, you have an altar which is the link to your god who preserves your spirit, so you don't actually die as such, but rather reach an ethereal state when destroyed. To get your tangible self back, you need some elixir, the so-called mana.
Genketsu, Animus, Erax, Genketsu, Birata.
The real hardcore supply of this is in the mana fountains, but like a true addict, you don't want any old scum getting hold of it. So by summoning up a mana lith, this channels the drug straight to you and your posse's veins. Pure.
Guard me. Yes.
The world of sacrifice is fractured into 5 domains, each ruled by an individual god. You adhere to any one of them at any given time to offer them protection and power as commanding wizard of your unit. In much the same style as those good old-fashioned choose-your-own-adventure books, your actions all change the direction of the adventure. The focus is largely on commanding your unit in battle, hence the RTS slant, but also has a huge emphasis on conjuring up spells, utilising your little minion's special powers, and running around and making sure you've nicked as many souls as you can to boost your power.
Guard me. Yes.
Sacrifice is dripping with fantastical aesthetics and is one of the first games to really take strategy into the 3rd dimension for a reason other than getting an interesting makeover. It's coming out for your PCs on the 24th of November. Sweetheart, your dinner's on the table. Time now to take a little sniff around what's out to buy right now. It's this week's Shop Shelf.
Finally, Quake 3 Arena is out on the Dreamcast. Now you can go online and shoot the head off your best friends in a cyberspace battle Quake-style. And your friends don't have to be Dreamcast owners to join in the carnage. In Quake 3 Arena, you can play against PC users as well.
This Is Football 2 has tied up the Euro licenses to allow genuine player names in the game. New features include a full domestic football season incorporating the relevant European competitions as well as all the domestic cups. Yawn.
Oh, the horror. The Legend of Coffin Rock is out on the PC. The game is the second in the riddle-ridden and claustrophobic trilogy of movie-inspired games, unravelling the mystery of the Blair Witch. Robin has mysteriously disappeared into the woods, and it's your job to find her before... Oh, forget it.
The sequel to Dreamcast launch title Ready to Rumble is in the ring. Round 2. The boxer with the big hair is back, and he's got 2 modes of play. Arcade mode is a simple 1 or 2 player, in which you simply pick up a fighter and fight. Championship mode is a single player that lets you take a boxer from the bottom of the ranks up to the top in pursuit of the championship belt. So go for a quick punch-up or perfect your boxer.
If you were too small, dumb, unfit or blind when you applied to become a fighter pilot, this is the closest you'll get to the real thing. Ha! Fly away, keep a close eye on your instrument panel and blast your enemies. Easy. Combat Flight Simulator 2 is out on PC now.
If you've not sent in your entries yet for our search for the ultimate geek, then maybe this will entice you.
If you win and are the uber geek, then you will get your greedy mitts on one of the nerdiest 1 gig gaming PCs available.
Check out the stats on our website. Address coming up.
And if you're tempted, then here's what you gotta do.
We need all your entries in by November 19th, and all you have to do is take a photo, email it to our website, and tell us in no more than 50 words what makes you the biggest geek in Britain.
Then we're handing it all over to you. From the 20th of November, you have exactly 2 weeks to get over to our Geek Watch page and vote from our nomination spread who you think is the most eligible geek candidate on the ballot.
And just to inspire you, here's a selection of the social misfits who've graced our mailbox this week.
Most shocking of all is this creature, John Clark. If I were you, I'd get out in the sun more and beware the moon. Oh, 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 oh!
Mr. David Geek lives on Pro Plus and has clearly learnt to embrace the geeky goofy look. Well done.
And finally, our oldest geek yet. Little Roddy flying through the air.
If you think you can out-geek old Wolfie boy there and want that PC in your bedroom, then get mailing to our website at www.4later.com/bit.
Stick around because after the break, we'll be checking out this. Hi, and welcome back to part 2 of Bits.
Coming up, we'll be giving you the diagnosis on all those gaming aches and pains.
And we'll be glancing back at some of the titles that ruined your life.
But first, Alex is monkeying around in Monkey Island.
There's nothing like a barren stretch of land to get the money-grubbing glands frothing, untouched by financial pleasures, ripe for the picking, and a population so gullible that they'll sell you a hunk of rock for 24p and a cheap plastic necklace. Just tart it up with some coffee and reprocessed beef burgers, and already you're flocking to Monkey Island.
Stop daydreaming and make yourself useful!
If anyone knows anything about milking a trademark until its sequels drop off, it's old Georgie Lucas. Squeezing Star Wars dry isn't enough for the bearded and baseball-capped one. Over the past 10 years, he's saturated the interactive market with a selection of misadventures for the monkey lover in all of us. The madness began back in 1990 when the secret of Monkey Island pooped onto our home computers, taking the text-based adventure out of green-on-black obscurity and into glorious Technicolor 2D. We were introduced to a wannabe pirate with a ridiculous name, Guybrush Threepwood. It was an instant hit amongst pacifists and bloodmongers alike, attracting gazillions to its monkey-infested beaches thanks to witty remarks, formidable plot twists, and style. So, not letting a money-making enterprise go by the starboard, we've been given 3 more. Being the forward thinkers George and his multinational billionaire conglomerate are, for their 4th installment, Escape from Monkey Island, they presume the demise of 2D and have graduated Guybrush and his merry band of sarcastic bastards into a more rounded out, almost podgy 3rd dimension. Nice one, marketing.
7.3 minus 27.
Within the 2 or so hours of the demo, you can wander anywhere you want through the Disney-esque pre-rendered backgrounds using an extremely simplistic control system, where up means forward and down means back. You'll be talking to just about everyone, gathering useless objects, trying to chuck Guybrush off a cliff, and playing new variations on old mini-games. Everything about Escape from Monkey Island is tantalizing and engaging, and thankfully the puzzles are less obtuse than in other LucasArts adventures.
I bet you can't hit that guy over there.
Watch the master at work.
The only really annoying feature about this game is that it suffers from self-reference and self-satisfaction. If you don't know any of Lucas's scum games, don't have any idea who the heck Sam and Max are, and wouldn't know a simian if it bit you in the butt, then you're gonna feel out of the loop. But hey, it's Georgie's world, and he's trademarked it. Time now to take a look at this week's Top 5.
These games are the reason you dropped out of school. You lost that job because of them. Was it for the good or the better?
Ow! This is our bits exploration of the seminal games of all time. The ones that changed your world and made you nocturnal.
Take a step back in time and check out our top 5 of the games that ruined your life.
In at number 5 is the one that got home computing started, Pong. This racket and square started life on a multi-buttoned and dialed machine stuck in a lab in New Jersey in 1958. It developed a deadly reputation, and soon Pong machines around the globe were gagging on hard currency, most of which was probably yours. Descending from the outermost reaches of the galaxy at number 4 is the Rat of Space Invaders. Its claim to computer game fame is that it was the first to feature sound effects and the worst offender of taking up valuable time.
Up next, leaping bounds into our number 3 slot, is Super Mario Bros. It was bundled with the Nintendo Entertainment System and instantly hooked players to the plight of a little mustached plumber in his quest to woo and win Princess Peach. Since then, little Mario's addicted even more owners to become one of the most well-known faces of computer games. Not bad for a guy who started out in a little-known title called Donkey Kong.
Blasting into number 2 was the first-person shooter that changed the lives of office workers, high school students, and Jimmy No-Mates forever. Doom was the second of its kind, following hot on the heels of Wolfenstein 3D, but adding one phenomenal extra feature: multiplayer gaming. Now you could hook up and go online and blast people who really mattered until they were nothing more than pixelated pulp. What have they done?
And finally, taking obsession to a new level is the past, present and future of gaming, Ultimate Renaissance. It doesn't look like much, but is without a doubt the precursor to online communities of goblins, warlocks and other fans of role-playing games. It was spawned by Dungeons and Dragons addicts and people with a need to communicate with faceless others from around the world. Lead a double life and don't feel guilty about it. No point in avoiding it. It's here to stay. Log on and tune out.
It's been said that gaming leads to a sedentary lifestyle.
And what could be safer than sitting in your own home on your sofa, loading up your latest game?
Ha! This week we're looking at the dangers of the domestic arcade and how best to avoid them. Helping us is Ryan, avid gamer and general unlucky guy.
So what's the prognosis of our excessive gamer?
The first of his many ailments is PlayStation knee.
As Ryan will demonstrate, off you go, excessive disc swapping is the cause of this injury. Severe pressure on the kneecap is induced by the lazy fall to the floor, resulting in swelling and tenderness.
So stay away from titles like Final Fantasy VIII, which involve several disc swaps.
Prognosis, not good. Unless that is, you have one of these to soften the blow. There you go, Sonny.
Next up is that old favourite, eye strain.
Well, he's not been looking after his eyes, I can see. Apart from the fact that playing too much FA Premier League manager can be detrimental to your social life, it may also lead to severe ocular strain.
Staring at the screen for hours on end, inspecting statistics may make you think you're Alex Ferguson, but it's more likely to turn you into Mr. Magoo.
Don't do it. Give yourself a break every 12 hours or so. But remember, playing with yourself can also make you go blind. So why not busy yourself with a nice cup of tea?
Now, you wouldn't think that gaming would lead to a breakdown in bodily function, but these next two scenarios are particularly unpleasant and well worth keeping in mind. First up is BPS, that's brown pant syndrome to the layman.
A common occurrence when playing Alien vs Predator and the like. Running through corridors with sticky monster things launching themselves at you from every angle can be extremely scary. If you haven't prepared by going to the toilet beforehand, this may lead to some very messy situations indeed.
If you are prone to this problem, we suggest you take an anti-squitzamine tablet. The over-the-counter variety will do.
Next is an ailment that's usually suffered by older people.
Now, if you don't want to have to wear king-size nappies or have your mates call you incontinentia buttocks, then we suggest that you give less of a shit about saving in games like Tomb Raider 3.
This gripping edition of crafty antics unfortunately offers very few save points. But unless you want to be sporting this little number under your chinos, we suggest you go to the toilet as and when your body determines it's necessary.
Ah, yes, a common problem, this final hardcore gaming side effect: blistered and bloody thumbs.
Frequently found amongst industrious track and field players, this can be so bad that you may not be able to face the PlayStation for days.
Keep this up, however, and you could end up with stumps. Not practical for future gaming sessions.
Treatment? Soak them in white spirit before you play, and this will harden the skin. One thing, do try to stay away from naked flames.
So there you have it, a complete list of all the multifarious injuries that you can receive while sitting around on your butt pushing buttons.
How best to avoid this lot, though?
Well, we suggest getting out more, develop a social life, and don't just stick with that one game. Variety is the spice after all.
You have been warned. Time now for the competition.
So what's on offer this week, Emily?
Well, Alex, somewhere out there is a lucky winner of 2 skateboard game controllers courtesy of Thrustmaster.
And as the lovely Pamela is demonstrating, this could be you if you happen to answer this totally randomly selected question that we made up a couple of months ago.
Okay. A lot of porn movies take their titles from big blockbusters. King Dong, Return of the Pink Eye, James and the Giant Peaches. What we want you to do is twist the name of a video game to create the ultimate title for a skin flick.
Yep. Send us your answers via our website to www.4later.com/bits.